We are heading to a place where we've been 3 times for Milwaukee Brewers games. It is
Chicago.
We are going to take you on a tour of many of, if not all of the places where we've gone, not just the stadiums themselves, but where we've eaten, where we've had a lot of other fun. Let's go. How many times a year would you say we usually go to Chicago?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So it's a bunch of times usually that we take this trip. Milwaukee's only 90 miles from Chicago. So we like to give mommy a break as much as we can.
Yeah.
Let my wife have her day to do whatever she wants, and the boys will play in the big city. So since we are city guys, we love Chicago.
Yeah.
And there are too many places that we can take you to try and show you everything in a day. But we're going to try and show you every place that we've been to on our baseball trips in one day.
Yeah.
And this is the stinky part about Chicago. Traffic. We are here.
Yes, we're in Chicago.
And we are parked just a couple of blocks away from what's known as the Loyola Station right by Loyola University. Everything that we're doing is so close. All we have to do is just take the red line up and down, do a little walking, and we're there. Rather than paying like $25 or $50 to go parking at these games and $25 to park downtown usually, we can do it for a lot cheaper.
Yep.
Let's hit the rails, buddy.
What way are we going?
We are going that way.
We're going to start right here. That's where we are. And we're going to go through 23 stops. All the way down to Sox and 35th.
Which will be our first location. And then we're going to slowly work our way up through downtown, through the Loop area, and then up to finish the trip later here today.
Wow, there are a lot of people waiting for this one.
Just picture this on a weekday at like 7 o'clock when everyone's trying to get to work. You cannot find a place to sit. You can barely find a place to stand.
Right here.
Doors closing.
This is stop 1 of 17. When this little guy was 2.5, we took you to your first Brewers-White Sox game. It's a Saturday night here at what was then called U.S. Cellular Field. Now what's it called?
Guaranteed Rate Field.
It's Comiskey. It's Comiskey. And you don't remember that game, I bet. But
I remember the sign.
yeah, we made a special sign because, well, we weren't too sure how the Sox fans were going to treat us. And so we created a special sign just to make people here a little bit nicer to us. What did it say?
My daddy didn't raise me to be a Cubs fan.
And people loved it. The first time we showed that sign, everyone was laughing uproariously. And we knew we were fine the rest of the night. Second time we came here was last year. And you probably remember a lot about that. What was your favorite part of that one?
Our jerseys.
Yep.
We wore baby blues, the old 82 road jerseys.
The best baseball jerseys ever created, by the way.
I disagree. I think it's the pinstripes.
Well, we can have a debate about that. But either way, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And you had a fun pregame.
Yeah, I got an autograph from Josh Hader, which was crazy because Josh Hader is one of my favorite players on the team.
Maybe the best reliever in baseball.
Oh, for
which
sure.
Is why.
Yeah.
Bunch of players. Corey Knebel, I think, gave you one as well.
Yeah. And I've met him several times before.
Yeah, we had a fantastic time. The Brewers lost, but we had fun. Stop 2.
Chinatown.
Welcome to Chinatown. We came here for our 4th baseball trip to see the Brewers play the White Sox, and we went to the Saturday night game at Comiskey. The next day, we did an entire trip through Chicago, starting in Chinatown, ending in downtown Chicago. And this little guy...
I'm starving.
He's starving right now. He was starving just as much when we came here to Chinatown for lunch. And he had the chicken and pineapple, and then after that, he was in the stroller and he napped the whole walk to downtown Chicago.
Chicken tenders.
This is not the main food that they offer here, but...
We need an appetizer. I can't get it out.
On the other side.
You are an artistic person. Let your colors show.
A cheerful letter or message is on its way.
Thank you.
Welcome to stop 4. Right there is what looks like the middle of a spaceship landing in a Roman Coliseum. Soldier Field. It is the home of the Chicago Bears, which is enemy territory for us Green Bay Packers fans. But we saw a pretty important soccer match where we were all on the same side.
USA versus Panama.
Panama, yep.
I can't remember.
It was back in 2013. This little man's 6th baseball trip. We saw the Brewers play the Cubs that trip, and the day before...
That's not number 6.
It was trip number 6, it was. And we scored, thank you StubHub, $25 tickets to see Team USA win the Gold Cup over Panama. The reason we were able to get those tickets was because Mexico was expecting to go to the final, and their fans had bought up all the tickets to the final, and they lost to Panama. We went inside there.
Yep.
And we were on the same side with them. You see, people can be nice to each other, even if you're Packers and Bears fans.
Right there, Lambeau Field 2.
Lambeau Field South.
Well, welcome to Harold's. We're here at Harold's Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah, it's technically called Harold's Chicken Shack. This is number 5 on our stop. We came here for Brewers-Cubs because the hotel we're staying at's about a block and a half away. This little guy was hungry. We tried, I think we got your fried fish. You weren't into chicken tenders yet. We tried the fried fish and the hush puppies. You didn't like them.
Now I like hush puppies.
Now you like hush puppies. These are pretty spicy though. I like them. He didn't. See this right here? This is the Blackstone Hotel. This is spot number 6 on our tour. We stayed here for Brewers-Cubs, and it's one of the nicest hotels we've ever stayed at.
Yeah, for sure.
And what was one of the big advantages here was that it was so close to Soldier Field, we walked there. What I remember from that game, walking back here, you were beat. You were tired. I carried you on my shoulders about a mile.
Yeah.
About as beat as you are right now, huh?
Incorrect. I'm still awake.
Okay, well, we got about 11 spots to go. One of the great fountains in the world. We were here after we saw the Brewers lose to the White Sox last year.
We made the playoffs.
We made the playoffs, so it's all right. But what was so fun was, unlike today where it's very calm winds, if you get a heavy wind and you're in the direction of where that spray's going,
You get sprayed.
you get wet, big time wet. And we got wet and had fun. We didn't do much when it came to going up into tall towers and things like that. We love seeing the architecture of the city of Chicago, but there's one little problem. See all that? The fog? Yeah, you can't see past the fog. All the great Chicago architecture is, well,
Not there, right? That you can see.
yeah, not today. So unfortunately, we can't give you that view. I'm sorry.
Not today, Chicago.
Right there. there, the lion from the Chicago Art Institute, one of the great art museums in the world. You ever seen a fountain with its own LED screen?
No.
Yeah, these are the crown fountains, and when you were 3.5, we went into these, you went nuts.
Not my thing anymore. I don't want to get my Christian Yacht shirt back.
Just like it was for the White Sox trip last year, we were really tired and hungry when we came to Giordano's right after enjoying Millennium Park, after enjoying the Brewers-White Sox game. This little guy is so hungry right now, as he was then. But there's one little problem.
The line goes almost out of the place.
It's probably at least an hour wait. That's how much people love coming to Giordano's getting deep dish.
Well, actually a 2-hour wait because it takes an hour for them to make the pizza. So
That's
about
true.
a 2-hour wait. So right now we're in a 15 to 20 minute wait. And if you've never had deep dish before, came to a deep dish place, it's really interesting because it takes about an hour to make it.
It is a long process. It's like making a very thick pie, which is why it takes an hour. Now the fact is that we had a plan B, which was to go to Lou Malnati's, which we'll go outside and show you at some point. But their wait was longer than ours, so we just may as well do it here. There's also a place called the Berghoff restaurant that we went to in downtown Chicago. We just don't have time to get to that particular neighborhood of the city in order to show it to you, because this has been a long day already and it ain't done yet. Rank this on a scale of 1 to 10.
Pizza.
We are Catholic, that is our faith, and so every time we come into Chicago and we're here on a weekend, especially a Sunday, we tend to go here. What's this place?
Holy Name.
Holy Name Cathedral. It is where the Archbishop, actually the Cardinal of Chicago, says Mass. It is a huge church, and there are also often more visitors here than there are parishioners because so many people love to come into the city, and so they experience Mass here. What happened, Ditka versus a flash flood? Who wins?
Flash flood.
But what if it's flash flood Ditka?
What?
Who wins? Ditka versus flash flood Ditka? I don't think he gets the joke from Saturday Night Live. Anyway,
I don't understand it.
I'll have to show him the SNL skit. Anyway, this is Ditka's, the restaurant named after the great Chicago Bears tight end and head coach. And for those of you who can't stand the Chicago Bears, who love the Green Bay Packers, don't worry. They have murals dedicated to Vince Lombardi's Packers teams from the 60s. So at least in that sense, it's a good place. The food is ridiculous, and you were a fan of the mac and cheese.
Really?
You loved the mac and cheese before. You went mac and cheese-less for years. We have taken you to 16 places, or at least told you about 16 places that we've been to at our 3 Brewers games in Chicago. We started this trip with a baseball stadium, and little buddy, where are we ending it?
Wrigley Field.
The most iconic stadium in the National League. the place where when we came, the Brewers won. And what happened in game 163 last year?
We won in Wrigley with lots of Brewers fans there, so it's amazing.
We clinched the division in Chicago at their stadium. So this is a place with a lot of success. Let's give you a quick tour before we head home. That song you're hearing that Brewers fans can't stand, don't worry. All it means is the Brewers and Cubs are tied for the Central Division lead. And we know what happens in game 163 when the Brewers and Cubs are tied. And right here is where we end our trip of all the places we've been to see the Brewers play baseball in Chicago, once against the Cubs, twice against the White Sox. We got a big trip coming up in July. Where are we going?
Somewhere.
We will see you then. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So long, everybody.
Brewers.
And if you couldn't hear what he was saying, traffic. So why don't you walk with us as I make sure not to ram right into a parking sign. Daddy was born the year of the rabbit. Oh, bunnies.
3, 2, 1, 4.
Okay.
Oh, is it done? Oh.
Okay.
Hi.